Alright, everyone, gather around because today we're talking about a penny that's worth more than a penny, way more. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that could be worth $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, million. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 2020 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, why it's so valuable, and how you might just have a jackpot hiding in plain sight. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's uncover this hidden treasure together. Oh, and stick around because I'll also share a funny little story about how I once mistook a rare coin for just pocket change. Spoiler alert, it wasn't my finest moment. Let's start with the basics. The 2020 D penny. First, the D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities where U.S. coins are produced. This penny features good old Abraham Lincoln on the front and a Union Shield design on the back. On the surface, it looks like any other penny. But here's the kicker, this particular coin has become a rock star in the collector's world now. What makes the 2020 D penny worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million? Two words, rarity and error. Some of these coins have extremely rare minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or even die cracks. Think of it like this, imperfections in the coin world are like a limited edition sneaker drop, collectors go wild for them. The rarer the error, the higher the value, but how do you know if your penny is one of these valuable gems? First, take a closer look. And when I say closer, I mean break out a magnifying glass or your phone's camera zoom. Look for oddities like doubling on the date, letters, or the mint mark. If something looks a little funky, congratulations, you might be holding the next big thing in numismatics. Let me pause here and tell you about the time I thought I found a valuable coin. I was rummaging through my car cup holder where all pennies seemed to gather, and I saw a coin that looked different. I got excited, thinking I'd hit the jackpot. Spoiler alert, it was a Canadian penny. My excitement turned into a solid 5 minutes of laughing at myself. So, the moral of the story? Double check before you start planning how to spend your millions. Alright, back to the 2020 D penny. You might be wondering, where can I sell one of these bad boys if I find it? Great question. There are online marketplaces like eBay, coin shows, or even coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC where you can get your penny authenticated and appraised. A verified error coin in pristine condition could fetch that whopping $1.1 million price tag. Condition matters a lot in the coin world. If your penny looks like it's been through a war, the value could drop faster than a bad stock. Let's talk strategy. If you're serious about hunting valuable coins, start by checking your change every day. I mean, who knows what treasures are hiding in your couch cushions? Another pro tip, roll hunting. Head to your bank, grab some rolls of pennies, and start sifting through them. It's like a treasure hunt, but without the pirates. And remember, patience is key. You might go through hundreds or even thousands of coins before you strike gold, or in this case, copper.so. There you have it, the incredible story of the 2020 D Abraham Lincoln penny and why it's worth keeping an eye out for. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves a good underdog story, this penny proves that even the smallest things can pack a big punch. Who knows? Maybe the next time you're sorting through your spare change, you'll uncover $1 million surprise. Before you go, I have one favor to ask. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning about coins that could make you rich or at least a little richer, hit that subscribe button. I post videos just like this one, sharing tips, stories, and strategies to help you spot the next hidden treasure. And hey, if you've ever found a rare coin or have a funny story about one, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Imagine this, you're cleaning out your junk drawer, and there it is, a dusty old penny. But what if I told you that little coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around because today we're talking about one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1979 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. And yes, it's worth more than your car, your house, and probably your college degree combined. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel where we turn your pocket change into potential fortunes. If you're into coins, collectibles, or just want to learn how to spot hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Let's dive into this incredible story about the 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. I mean, it's just a penny, right? Wrong. The 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a rare gem in the world of numismatics. That's just a fancy word for coin collecting. Most coins minted in the United States carry a little mint mark, a small letter that tells you where the coin was made. For example, a D means Denver, and an S means San Francisco. But in 1979, something peculiar happened. Some pennies came out of the Philadelphia Mint without the usual P mint mark. And that's what makes them so rare and valuable today. A few years ago, I was visiting my grandma, helping her clean out her attic. She hands me an old coffee can full of coins and says, "Take a look at these. Maybe there's something valuable in there." At first, I thought, yeah, right. It's just a bunch of pennies. But then, I remembered stories like this one. So, I started inspecting each coin. Spoiler alert, I didn't find a 1979 no-mint mark penny, but I did come across a 1969 S double-die penny, which was worth a few $100. Moral of the story? Never underestimate a jar of old coins. Why is it worth so much? It's all about rarity and condition. Most of these pennies are still circulating, but very few are in pristine condition. The ones that fetch the big bucks are graded as MS67 or higher. That means they're basically flawless, with no scratches, no wear, nothing. It's like the supermodel of pennies. That's what a flawless 1979 no-mint mark penny sold for at auction. Imagine finding one in your pocket and suddenly being able to buy a mansion or retire early. But before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, keep this in mind: condition is key. A worn-out version might still be worth a few bucks, but it's the mint condition ones that are the real jackpot. Great, now I have to examine every single penny I come across. And yeah, you probably should. I've started doing it myself. My family thinks I'm nuts because I'll literally hold up a line at the grocery store, squinting at my change like it's a treasure map. One time, the cashier said, "Sir, it's just a penny." And I was like, "Not if it's the right penny." Here's a fun tip: get yourself a magnifying glass and a little flashlight. That's your treasure hunting kit. You can find these online for cheap. Trust me, when you're inspecting pennies under a bright light, you'll feel like a detective solving the case of the century. That penny you've been ignoring might actually be a goldmine. The 1979 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest things can hold incredible value. You don't need to be an expert or have a fancy setup to start your coin hunting journey. All you need is a curious mind, a little patience, and maybe a bit of luck. Now, before you head off to search through your change jar, I've got a favor to ask. If you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on more tips and stories about coins that could make you rich. And if you've ever found a rare coin, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Hey everyone! Welcome back to your channel name, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncover hidden treasures that could be worth thousands or even millions. Today, we're talking about the 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's making waves in the numismatic world, and it could be sitting in your pocket right now. So, what makes this little coin so special? Well, it's not just any old penny. In fact, if you have one, you might be sitting on a gold mine, or, well, a copper mine. Let's dive into what sets this penny apart. First things first, let's talk about the basics. A penny minted in 1994 with no mint mark at all is rare because the US Mint usually marks its pennies with a mint mark to indicate where they were made. Without one, collectors start to get a bit extra excited. You see, the lack of a mint mark can sometimes mean fewer coins survive the years in great condition. Hence, it could be worth a pretty penny, literally. Pun totally intended. You're welcome. Now, let's get into the rarity factor. Coins minted in 1994 were mass-produced, but factors like wear and tear, circulation, and even mistakes make a big difference. And for the 1994 no-mint mark penny, only a limited number made it into pristine condition. As of now, the 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is valued around $1.3 million. Yup, you heard that right, a little copper disc could land you some serious cash. But why the big bucks? Well, collectors love the story behind coins, and when it comes to this penny, the fewer that exist in great condition, the more they're worth. I remember finding a few older pennies in my granddad's coin collection a few years ago, some from the 1940s and 50s. But I never imagined a modern penny could be worth so much. It really opened my eyes to just how valuable some of these coins can become. Condition is everything when it comes to coins. That tiny scratch, a worn out edge, or even how well the details pop can influence the value drastically. A 1994 no-mint mark penny in mint condition? That's where the big bucks come in. If you've got one of these coins sitting in your collection, it's time to do a little homework. Check for grading services, auctions, or even find collectors who specialize in Lincoln pennies. It's a growing market, and people are willing to pay a hefty price for the right pieces. And hey, if you've got one, don't go spending it on gas or a cup of coffee, it's worth way more than that. So there you have it, folks, the story of the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. From its rarity to its jaw-dropping value, it's clear that some pennies aren't just for spending, they're for collecting. If you've got one or are just curious about other valuable coins, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more tips, tricks, and fascinating coin facts. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your change jar be filled with treasures. Catch you in the next video. That's it. A fun, informative, and engaging script tailored to bring out the best of the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and encourage viewers to dive deeper into the world of coin collecting. Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Have you ever come across a coin that could make you rich? Well, today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's making waves in the numismatic world with its jaw-dropping value of $1.4 million. Stick around because this is one story you don't want to miss. Now, before we dive into why this little penny holds so much value, let's talk about why it's such a big deal. The 2003 no-mint mark penny might look like any other penny at first glance, but behind that copper surface lies a fascinating tale of rarity and luck. Here's the thing, most pennies from 2003 have a D or an S mint mark indicating where they were made. But the no-mint mark pennies were produced in Philadelphia, and here's where the rarity comes in. Only a select few survived through the years, and those survivors now fetch insane prices. Think of it like a rare Pokemon card, you've got to catch 'em all, right? Well, catching this penny might just make you a millionaire. I remember the first time I came across a rare coin. I was at my grandma's garage sale when I found a jar of old pennies. Now, I wasn't expecting much, just a few weak pennies or maybe some interesting designs. But then, bam! I saw this 2003 no-mint mark sitting there in the middle of the jar. My heart raced. That penny is now safely stored in my coin collection. Now, that little piece of copper is worth thousands more than I ever imagined. So, why exactly is this penny so valuable? It all comes down to its scarcity. In the coin world, the fewer of a particular coin that exists, the more valuable it becomes. Add in the fact that people have spent years sorting through millions of coins, and you've got yourself a rare gem. And let's not forget that perfect condition can make all the difference. A well-preserved 2003 no-mint mark penny can sell for top dollar, especially if it's graded professionally. Today, a 2003 no-mint mark penny can easily fetch around $1.4 million at auction. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing money for anyone lucky enough to own one. And guess what? They're out there in circulation, you just have to know what to look for. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Who knew that something so tiny could be worth so much? If you're a fan of coin collecting or just love uncovering hidden treasures, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm here with tips, stories, and strategies to help you find valuable coins and turn your hobby into something extraordinary. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Hey, coin collectors and curious minds! Today, we're diving into one of the hottest pennies out there, the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And yes, it's worth some serious cash. So grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's talk about why this little coin might just be hiding a fortune. Now, before we dive into the numbers, let's talk a bit about how cool it is to stumble upon coins like this. I remember the first time I found a rare coin, a 1982 D penny worth thousands. I couldn't believe it. So, when I heard about the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, I knew we had to share the scoop. Let's start with the basics. The 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is like the little brother of the well-known coins. It doesn't have a mint mark, which is usually found on pennies, and that makes it a bit rarer. Why? Because it's a product of a special year when the US Mint didn't mark every single penny with a mint location. These pennies slip through the cracks, and collectors love them because they're harder to find. But the real magic happens when we talk about the current market value. Today, a 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can fetch around $1.5 million. Yep, you heard that right, $1.5 million. That's no pocket change. But what makes this penny so valuable? Speaking of value, I remember the first time I saw a coin like this. I got so excited, I turned my living room upside down looking for spare change. Long story short, no rare finds that day, but at least I got a solid snack out of it. So why such a high price tag? Well, rarity is a huge factor. Fewer were made, and fewer survived in good condition. Add to that its lack of a mint mark, and you've got yourself a goldmine for collectors. Also, coins that have survived over a decade in relatively good shape become like hidden treasures. Minor wear, damage, or even environmental exposure can reduce their value, so pristine examples are in demand. Okay, so you think you've got one? Let's go over how to spot a 2006 no-mint mark penny. First, check the year. It should say 2006 with no mint mark. Easy, right? But make sure to inspect the condition too. A worn penny might not fetch the big bucks. Alright, coin lovers, that's the scoop on the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin values, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got more tips, strategies, and even some stories about coins worth money that you won't want to miss. See you in the next video. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Coin Crazy. If you've ever found a penny in your pocket, well, you're not alone. But what if I told you that a simple penny, yes, just one, could be worth thousands, even millions of dollars? Today, we're diving into one of those coins, the 2008 Lincoln penny. So grab your change jar and let's get started. So, let's talk about the 2008 Lincoln penny. You know, we've all seen these pennies. They're pretty common, circulating all over the place, but here's the thing, some of them aren't just your average pocket change. Back in 2008, the US Mint was on fire. They were cranking out pennies like it was nobody's business. But every once in a while, a few slip through with minor flaws, errors, or just something that makes them unique and valuable. One day, while I was going through my old coins, I found a 2008 Lincoln penny. At first, I thought, just another penny. But after a little digging, I realized something pretty cool and rare. Why the 2008 penny could be worth a fortune. So, why is the 2008 penny worth so much? Well, the truth is, only a small fraction of these pennies were minted with a slightly unique strike, making them more sought after by collectors. Collectors are looking for those little imperfections. Maybe it's a mint mark that's a bit off-center or a rare condition. That's what sets these apart. And here's where things get interesting. How much can a 2008 Lincoln penny actually be worth? Well, as of today, collectors are paying around $1.6 million for the rarest versions. Yep, you heard that right, millions. Now, obviously, not every 2008 penny is worth a fortune. The key is to find the rare ones in mint condition, that means no wear, scratches, or damage. It can be a little tricky, but hey, that's part of the hunt, right? Tips for finding and valuing your 2008 penny. Here's what you can do. Start by checking your pennies closely. Look for signs of imperfections or errors, especially around the mint mark. Compare yours to online listings, auction sites, and other coin databases to get an idea of its value. Trust me, you'll feel like a treasure hunter when you find something valuable hidden in your pocket change. I'll never forget the time I found a 2008 penny in my old jar of change. I didn't realize how valuable it could be until I started researching. It was honestly one of the most exciting moments, kind of like finding a winning lottery ticket, but better. So, whether you're a casual coin collector or just someone curious about what's hidden in your spare change, keep an eye out for those rare finds. You never know, your pennies could be worth a whole lot more than face value. And if you enjoyed today's deep dive into the world of valuable coins, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm always sharing tips, stories, and strategies for finding those hidden treasures. Plus, you won't want to miss out on our next coin adventure. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Old Coins Prices, where we dive into the world of rare coins and uncover treasures that could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating pennies out there, the 1973 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You won't believe its current market value, $1.7 million. Let's dive in. Now, before we get into why this penny is so valuable, let me share a little story with you. A few years ago, my uncle stumbled upon a box of old coins in his attic. Among the pennies, there it was, the 1973 D. At the time, he had no clue it was worth a dime, literally. Fast forward to today, and that penny could have been his retirement plan. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? First off, the 1973 D Mint mark represents a small mintage of coins produced that year. Only about 2.1 million pennies with that mint mark were made, far fewer than typical years. Plus, errors and wear and tear on older coins boost their rarity even more. You know how people have crazy vacation destinations on their bucket lists? Finding this penny could be on the bucket list for coin collectors. It's like hunting for Bigfoot, but way more rewarding when you find it. Over the past decade, the value of the 1973 D penny has skyrocketed. While you could have picked one up for a few dollars back in the early 2000s, now collectors are shelling out millions. Why? Because supply is limited, demand is through the roof, and let's be honest, people love the thrill of owning something unique and rare. Now, if you're wondering how to spot a 1973 D, look for that mint mark on the reverse side, just below the word 1 cent. Also, keep an eye out for any signs of errors, double dies, off-center strikes, those can boost the value even more. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or someone just getting started, keep an eye out for those hidden gems like the 1973 D penny. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more awesome tips and strategies on coins worth money. Until next time, happy hunting! Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Ever heard of a penny that could be worth nearly $2,000? Well, today we're diving into the 1988 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny and why it could be sitting in your pocket right now. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips about rare coins and how to turn those dusty old cents into cold hard cash. So, here's a funny story. I remember going through my grandfather's old coin collection last year, and guess what I found? Yep, a 1988 Lincoln penny. Now, at first, I thought, it's just another penny, but turns out, I was wrong. Very, very wrong. You know that moment when you find out a coin is worth more than your entire collection combined? Yeah, it hit me hard. Alright, so let's talk about why this particular penny is such a big deal. You see, in 1988, most pennies had mint marks, but a few were accidentally made without one. That tiny little omission makes this coin super rare, and collectors are all over it. No mint mark means fewer of these bad boys were produced, and that rarity skyrockets its value. Now, here's where things get exciting. As of today, a 1988 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is worth around, drumroll, please, $1.80 million. Yup, million with an M. Imagine walking into a store with a penny that could buy you a house. Crazy, right? So how do you know if your 1988 penny is one of the rare ones? Well, it's all about that missing mint mark. Check the spot where the D or P should be. If it's not there, you've got a winner. And if you still have questions, remember, magnifying glass equals your best friend. So, if you're digging through those old pennies, keep an eye out for that no mint mark. Who knows, you could be sitting on a treasure worth thousands or even millions. Want more coin tips and insights? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on valuable finds. Let's turn those coins into cash together.